How did you choose the name Mercedes? Was it your first pick? They're not real, they're not the real thing. And then as soon as I followed him back, he unfollowed me. So I was like, okay. Hello everybody. Welcome to the Little Miss Bare Minimum show. Little Miss Bare Minimum. I got the inspiration of the name because I tend to do the bare minimum. But then when you think about this setup, it's kind of like I'm doing the most. So it's a little ironic, but it is what it is. But yes, I went on to Instagram and I went ahead and put on my story asking for people to put in like topics or questions that they wanted me to answer. So I have them here. I got a few variety of things to talk about. So I have things regarding like lore or like just background story stuff. We have a lot of beauty topics. We have some story times y'all wanted to hear, some art related questions, and some extra miscellaneous, extra silly things to talk about. So yeah, today's episode, at least, episode 1, will be a bit of a Q&A, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, let's get on to the questions. So topic number 1 is going to be lore related. I don't know if you can see, if the camera can see. It's about lore. Some people want to hear the background story. Question number 1, I guess, answer number 1 that someone put in is, how did you choose the name Mercedes? Was it your first pick? So, okay, people ask me this all the time. I don't know where Mercedes came from. I don't know. It came to me in a dream. It came to me in a vision, but I really don't know where Mercedes came from. I think I just heard it one day, kept it in the back of my mind, and when the timing was right, I was like, I think I want to try that one. And that's where we are right now. Was it my first pick? It actually was not my first pick. I don't know what the other runner-ups were, but I know in high school I had a little phase, not even a phase, it was just something I ran by my close friend, my high school bestie, and I had wanted to go by the name Veronica. So Veronica was, I think, the original name, and the funny story behind that is, at the time, I think Riverdale had just came out and there was a character named Veronica, and I was like, oh, she's kind of baddie, she kind of serves, and I kind of wanted to emulate that, kind of wanted to steal her name, so we gave that a test run, but honestly, at that time, I wasn't socially transitioning, and so it just didn't work out. It just wasn't the time for it. So yes, I think that's the little story on that. Okay, our next topic, these are beauty related, so I'm not really well versed in beauty. I'm not really qualified to be answering these, but it is what it is. It's my show. I can do what I want. Earring haul, tell us when and where you got them. Did it hurt? How much? And do you want more? So, let me see. I did get my earrings pierced. I did get my ears pierced. I got them in South Korea. So we're walking down Hongdae, and it's like a giant strip, a giant alley of stores, and there's a bunch of stuff. There's clothes, there's merch, keychains, shoes, bags, you name it. And then there's like tattoo parlors and stuff, but then there's also like piercing places. And I've been wanting my ears pierced for the longest time. I've had like clip-on earrings, and like, yeah, they're cute, but they're not real, they're not the real thing. And so, always wanted ear piercings, and because of my household, again, I couldn't get them. Especially, like, I can't hide them, because if you get piercings, you have to leave them in for like 6 or 8 weeks. And so we're walking in Hongdae. One piercing place passes by, and I'm like, I kind of want to go in there because it would be the perfect time because I'm in South Korea, away from home. I can leave them in all the time, let them heal. But I kind of chicken out and I'm like, no, maybe later. Let's just keep walking. And then we walk even more and there's a second piercing place. And so my girls are like hyping me up and like, Mercedes, like it's a sign, like it's time, you need to get your ears pierced. And so I'm like, okay, like I'm very, not superstitious, but I guess like if I see a sign over and over again, it's like, there's a reason. There's a reason and the time is now. There's no better place and time to do it. I got my friends here to cheer me on and support me. So I did it. We go in and they have a really beautiful selection of earrings. And my thing, if you can't tell, is butterflies. Butterflies are my thing because I'm trans, yada, 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 basic, whatever. It's like a symbol of transformation, obviously. And so they have butterfly earrings and I'm like, oh, those are the ones, those are the ones. I don't have them right now, but I got these here at that shop too. And so we're checking the prices and they were literally like $5 each. I don't know how expensive ear piercings are in the States, here in the States, but I was like, damn, this shit's affordable. This is cheap. Let's do it. So I'm like, hi, here to get my ears pierced. They sit me down. Unfortunately, we couldn't film for some reason. I don't know why, but I was like, hey, I follow the rules. It's okay. I'll put my camera down. And yeah, we just did it there and then. They did have a problem with this ear. She had like marked it a little bit wrong and my friend was like, oh, can you move that little dot a little bit? It looks a little off. So thankfully my friend was there. She fixed the placement of where my piercing was gonna go. This one, I remember this one didn't hurt at all, but this one had a little sting to it, but nothing I couldn't manage, obviously. And just like that, I got my ears pierced. And I was on the adrenaline of getting the piercing I kind of wanted more. I almost like got my belly button piercing, but I was like, no, that's too much. We can take it slow, one at a time. So yeah, if I were to get another one, it would be a belly button. Although I used to wear like a fake nose ring piercing, but I lost it. And honestly, I would wear it too much and there would start to be like a oxidation on my nose. So that wasn't fun. And I stopped wearing that one as well. Yep. Topic number 3, story time. We got a few story time related questions. So, are you gonna tell us any crazy guy stories or no? I don't really have a lot of crazy stories regarding like guys or dating. Nothing that stands out at least, but I will say, this isn't really a crazy story, but just like a funny story. When Pen 15 first came out, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was Dallas Liu's breakout moment. I could be wrong, forgive me, I don't mean to offend. At least that's how I was first introduced to him as an actor. And I remember, I swear I am not lying, I have no reason to lie. I think it's very oddly specific to be lying about this, but he followed me on Instagram. I was like, oh, interesting. I mean, like, yeah, I'll follow you back. And then as soon as I followed him back, he unfollowed me. So I was like, what the heck? I thought that was pretty crazy. I promise it's true. Like, how am I gonna lie about that? Everybody go tag him. Topic number 4, art. Can you talk more about Masami? When did you make her? What's her story? Okay, so for those who don't know, I have a little character named Masami. She is my OC, my beloved OC, original character. So, I made Masami my junior year of high school. Me and my friends were on that D&D craze, the D&D hype, and we were wanting to make, the goal was to actually have a campaign. Never happened, at least to my knowledge. Yes, Masami was my D&D character. She started out as a rogue, and over the years, her story has really evolved. Yeah, I don't know if I can find some old drawings about her, of her. I first started drawing her in 2018, and I still draw her to today. I still love her. I'm obsessed with her. If you see my art page, it's just filled with Masami. Her story is not finished. I'm not really good at completing stories, but I love starting them. And the crazy thing about her is that there's 4 different Masamis. So there's the original, there is the celestial goddess Masami, there's the underworld Masami, and then my last and final canon Masami is a shapeshifter who I think I finished her last January, or maybe, was it this January or last January? January, I don't know, but yes, there's 4 canon Masamis, and her story's complicated, so maybe ask me later. Okay, my last topic, these are like miscellaneous, these are kind of silly. Most unexplainable thing that happened to you, my last question. Okay, so this is gonna dip into some dating, but last year, from November to early February, I was seeing a guy, and it was like a pretty serious dating stage. We weren't official, we didn't make it there, but on our 3rd date, we had gone to Kloss and Glaze, which is like a ceramics painting shop, and I had picked out a little ceramic plate, and I decorated it, painted it or whatever, and I put our initials on it. I put our initials and the year or so. A few weeks or so, or like after the fact that I had done that, we broke up. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it then. But then, my next relationship, we met after that failed dating stage. It became official at the end of May. We went on like a month and a half or whatever. I had gone to a store, made us like a personalized keychain thingy. And again, I put our initials. I put the months that we became official and the year. And then after that, we broke up. So I was like, that's very interesting. That happened 2 times in a row. So I have this like omen that if I'm in a relationship, never make something with our initials and the date or the year. And yeah, I don't know if that's unexplainable, but I think that's pretty weird. So that concludes our episode of Little Miss Bare Minimum. I hope you guys enjoyed all of that, the big yap that I just gave. If you want to see more, comment down below. Give me more topics, more questions to talk about, to answer. What do you want to know? What do you want to hear? Secrets, lore, gossip, you name it, and I'll be here. But also, I probably won't make another episode, so yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for your questions, your topics. I hope that was somewhat entertaining. And yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side.